Okay, so welcome everyone. Tuesday, but it won't be too rough. So let me move back to the mat. Take off my watch too. Yes. Okay, it's a pretty day out there. So let's just settle and come into the space, come into what you feel and what you sense in the body. And just begin with just noticing your breath as you release down from the top of the head down to the toes and fingers. You're stacking the head on top of the shoulders, over the hips. Noticing the connection of the sitting bones to the earth. Soft face, eyes closed or soft focus. And take a deep inhale in. And open the mouth and let it go. And one more deep inhale. And let it go. Yes, opening the eyes. Lift up tall here. Bring the chin in, draw the shoulders back. Let the shoulder blades come down onto the back. Bring the hands out to the side, fingertips down toward the floor or touching the floor. Strong through the arms, but keep the face relaxed. Just reaching out through the fingers. And on your next inhale, turn the palms to the ceiling and let the hands rise up. Bringing the hands together, if that's okay for you. And then as you exhale, open the hands out and arms come down. Inhaling, palms lift. And exhaling, reaching wide. And one more time, reach wide and high, and bring the palms together. Straight arms as the fingers reach to the ceiling. And then turn the gaze straight ahead and draw the arms back. Still reaching. And then turn the palms out and exhale. Yeah, great. Inhaling, take the shoulders up toward the ears and then bring the shoulders back and the shoulder blades come toward the center and down. Move the head and then release. Inhale again, shoulders come up and then back and down. Exhaling, release. Inhaling, long, slow, deep inhales as you do this, and exhaling the shoulders back and down. Take one more breath here. And release. Good. Bring the arms wide and turn the palms toward the front of the mat. And then bring the right arm across and the left arm under, left hand to the right shoulder. And get a nice shoulder stretch here. Then open wide. And now the left arm across and the right hand under to the left shoulder. And inhale and come wide. Yeah, good. All right. On your next inhale, take the hands and arms back. Take the gaze up toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, bring the hands to the knees, the chin toward the chest. The arms are relatively straight as you round back. Inhaling, arms wide, hands and arms back. Look, gazing up. Exhaling, hands to knees, rounding back. One last time, come up tall, reaching behind you, and exhaling, rounding. And then lifting back up into that upright seat. Yeah, pretty good. Bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze those hands together, and the hands and the thumbs to the sacrum as you lift up tall. Again, keep the neck relaxed, face soft. And then straighten the arms, squeezing the upper arms into the body, lift the hands away from the body. And release. Good. Bicycle the shoulders, gently move the head. Yeah, so come over onto all fours. Pad the knees if you choose, if you want. Feel the hands on the mat, fingers gripping the mat. We'll do the moving cat-cow. So inhaling, the gaze lifts, and exhaling, top of the head toward the mat, rounding, and the hips come back toward the heels. Exhaling, inhaling, the elbows come down, come forward, lifting back up, gaze lifts, exhaling, round, hips move back. Just let this feel good. And 3 or 4 more with your breath. Put that Ujjayi breath in there. One more time, inhaling up and exhaling. Hips come back. And coming back up to the table, take a breath. And with the gaze straight down, the head stays in the center. As you exhale, take the hips out to the right. Press the ribs and hips out to the right, coming onto the right knee. Then inhale and come to center and take the hips and ribs to the left. Exhaling, come to center. Or I should have said inhaling. Exhaling, take the hips right. Inhaling center, exhale, hips left. And inhale and come back to center. Ah, yes. Extend the right arm straight out to the side, parallel to the floor. Spread the fingers wide. And as you inhale, open the heart to the right. And the gaze follows the lifted hand, but don't strain the neck. So the gaze is toward the ceiling, but don't crank the neck up there. One more breath. And exhaling, bring that arm down and spread it under left elbow and the right side of the face to the mat. Reaching through, and I like to extend my arm out toward the top of the mat, pressing down with the left hand. And gently turn the gaze up toward the ceiling, looking under the left arm. Keep a long spine, pressing the belly into the thighs or toward the mat. And bring the left hand under the shoulder. Inhale, extending the right arm, opening to the sky. And exhale, bring the right hand down. Take a moment here, a breath or two in table, moving. And as we do these postures, just notice the sensations you feel in the body. Extending the left arm, inhale, and open to the left. Exhaling the hand down and under, reaching the fingers to the right, and the head comes down, the right arm extends, gently lifting the gaze toward the ceiling. Strong through the hands, but the face is relaxed. And the hips are relaxed. And bring the right hand under the shoulder. Gently lift back up and open to the left. And exhaling, bring the left hand down. And just gently move in table. Do some circles here. Take the body out to the right and then let the hips come back toward the heels. Drop the head and then take the body to the left, coming up and forward. A little stretch here in the wrist. Exhaling to the right and back. And the knees are a little wide here. Inhaling, coming forward. And exhaling, the hips come back. As you come forward, the gaze lifts. And as you go back, the head drops. One more circle in this direction.
And then go the other way to the right, coming up and forward, and to the left and back. And one more big circle. And when the hips are back toward the heels, just bring the arms in, cross the arms, and rest the head on the arms. So rock the hands up toward the top of the mat, the front of the mat, with the elbows lifted and the arms strong and straight, fingers spread wide, pressing the hands and the fingers down into the mat, and then let the head release between the arms. Get as long as you can from fingertips to tailbone. Rotate the points of the elbows down toward the mat as you're pressing the hands down into the mat. And lifting the head here, inhaling, come up and come forward into knee plank, keeping the arms in tight to the body. And you may have to adjust the knees here. Bend the knees, or bend the elbows halfway, and then press back up. Bend the elbows halfway, and press back up. And bend the elbows, and press back up. Exhaling the hips back toward the heels. Again, arms strong and straight, head releases. On your next inhale, come up and forward to knee plank. Shoulder blades onto the back, bend the elbows, press back up, and lower, inhale up, and lower, and inhale up, and the hips back to the heels. Bring the arms in, rest the head on the arms. Come back up into your table. Extend the right leg with the toes down on the mat. Release the right hip. Strong through the right leg, the extended leg, pressing back through the heel. Let the heart soften between the arms. And again, that straight line, shoulder to heel. Then lift the right foot, come into awkward pose, pressing back through the heel and reaching forward through the fingers. One more breath. And bring the left hand down, bring the toes back down to the mat. And if you've got a block handy, you can use a block on this next thing we're going to do. So turn your right heel in, down to the mat. Take the left foot out to the side. And if you've got your block, you can use your block. Come up onto that left knee and open the heart toward the ceiling as you reach to the sky. And you can point those right toes away off the back of the mat. And let the right hand, right arm drop, reaching, again, line between fingertips to toes. Keep the heart open toward the ceiling. Inhaling, come up. Bring the right hand to the inside of the straight leg and arc over the right leg. And coming up, bring the left hand down to the block of the mat, lifting the right arm to the sky, lift the right leg, press through the right heel. Draw the arm back, draw the leg back. And bring the right leg down, bring the right hand down, spin that left foot into the mat, come down into your child's pose and rest. And coming up into table, we'll get you off your knees here in just a minute. Extend the left leg with the toes on the mat. Gently pressing back through the left heel. And now lift the foot hip height, extending the right arm into awkward pose. Breathing deep and long. And bring the right hand down, bring the toes down to the mat, and then spin the left heel in and down, turn the right foot out to the side. Your block or the mat. Right hand opening up, press the belly to the side, reaching, pointing the left toes toward the back of the mat. Ah, yes. And let the left arm drop. Again, length, fingertips to toes. Gaze is toward the ceiling. Bring that left hand up, coming onto the knee. Bring the hand to the inside of the left leg, arcing over to the left. And coming up, bring the right hand down. Lift that left foot, flex the left foot, reach to the ceiling, and then draw the arm and the foot back. One more breath. And exhaling the foot down. Bring the left hand down, come back over into your table and back into child's pose. Mm. And coming back up into table. Curl the toes and lift into downward dog. With bent knees. Again, gripping the mat with the fingers. And without lowering the hips, just kind of press one heel down toward the mat and the other. And there's a pretty good bend going on in the knees here as you press the heart back toward the knees. Now lower down into plank. Bring the shoulder blades onto the back and then lift the hips back up as you exhale. Inhaling, coming forward, long through the spine and down to the heels, exhaling up and down to plank and hips lift. One more deep breath here. And step the feet toward the hands. You're going, oh, wonderful, I get to stand up. Inhale, half lift. And exhale into the forward fold. Knees are bent, belly is touching the thighs, head is free, is released. And again, one heel into the mat and the other. Some people like to grasp their elbows here and just hang with bent knees. One more deep breath, inhaling and exhaling down. And on your inhale, press with the feet to round up. Bring the shoulders back, arms come wide, hands and arms lift. Yeah. Hands together, fingers reaching strong through the legs. And exhale into mountain pose. Good. Yoga flop, ragdoll. Things rattle in my house when I do the ragdoll. Good. All right, let's do spinal flow before we move into lunges. Of course, we've been doing some lunges anyway. So press down with the feet, from the feet up, through the legs, the hips, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, up through the top of the head. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling, right arm down, keeping the left shoulder back, arc to your right. Inhale up. Exhaling, the left arm down, arcing left. And inhale up. Arms come wide, palms turn up, twisting right. Inhale up. And a twist to the left. And inhale up. Exhale, the hands come through the heart, staying long through the spine. Bend the knees, forward fold. Release the head and lift the hips toward the ceiling. Inhaling, arms in front. Deepen the knees, pressing up. Exhaling back. Inhale up, gaze ahead. Exhale the arms down. Oh yeah. Good. So let's work our way down toward lunge. We're doing a little bit along the way. So inhale the arms up. Exhale now, wide, arms wide, dive into the forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And then exhale, step back into plank. Knees down or not. Take that breath right here. And then exhale, lower down. And inhale into cobra. Feel the toenails on the mat. Feel the kneecaps off the mat. Release the butt. One more deep breath in cobra. Then press up and into downward facing dog. Lift the right foot high and then take it to the top of the mat. And if you need to bring the back knee down to get that foot up there, that's fine. High lunge, strong. You can bring the back knee down if you choose here, but with the right hand on the floor, left hand on the floor, extend the right arm and open to the right. And bring the right hand down. And now the left arm extends, opening to the left. And bring the left hand down. If that back knee is still lifted, bring it down to the mat. Release the toes. Bring the hands to the knee, shoulders back, crescent lunge. And bring the hands back down to the mat. Straighten the front leg. Press the belly into that right thigh. So you feel the belly touching the upper right thigh. Toes are down on the mat. Draw the right hip back. And then flex the right foot. And coming back forward, low lunge. Curl the back toes, lifting the back knee. Bring the right foot back beside the left into plank. Exhale and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, up and back. Ah, yes. Take a couple breaths here in downward dog. And lift the left foot high. And then take it to the top of the mat. High lunge or low lunge. Let the hips settle. If you're in high lunge, be strong through that back leg. And then extend the left arm and open to the left. And the left hand down, and now open to the right. And bring the right hand down. Take a breath here in the lunge. And then if your knee is lifted, bring the back knee down to the mat. Release the toes. Take a breath. Shoulder blades come onto the back. And bring the hands to the knee. And crescent lunge. Exhaling the hands down. Straighten that front leg. Draw the left hip back. Stay long through the spine, pressing the belly into the left thigh. Flex the left foot. Toes point to the ceiling. And now coming forward into the low lunge. Gaze lifts. Curl the toes into the high lunge, and now the gaze is down toward the floor, long from the top of the head to the heel of the right foot. Bring the left foot back beside the right. Let's do vinyasa here. Bend the elbows, coming down. Inhale, Cobra, modified cobra, or upward dog. Exhaling back to downward dog. And step the feet toward the hands. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And arms wide now, long spine, press with the feet. Exhale, mountain pose. Ah, yes. And step it out. So let's see how our balance is today. Some days are good for me and some days aren't. Be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you fall out of your balance pose. It just happens. So bring the weight over to the left foot. Bring the hands to the hips and keep the gaze. Find a spot on the floor out there in front. And then lift the right knee. Extend the right leg, straighten the right leg. Arms are wide now. Breathe. And then take the right foot down and come into standing airplane. And inhale up and exhale the arms down. Good. So that does a number on that standing leg. So just release the left leg. And then bring the weight over onto the right foot. And if you want, you can start with the arms wide or hands on hips. Find your spot on the floor. And lift the left knee. Straighten the left leg. Take the arms wide. And now hinge into standing airplane. Inhaling up and exhale down. Good. All right. Kind of step it out. And we'll do head to knee before we finish up. So step back with the right foot, not too far, because the hip bones are parallel to the front edge of the mat. So the hips face forward. With a little bend in the knee, bring the arms behind, however you want them back there. And squeezing the hands together, the fingers are interlaced. Exhale and come over the left leg. Lifting the hands to the ceiling. Let the head release. Inhaling up. Press the hands down toward the floor. Draw the shoulders back. Lift the gaze to the ceiling. And inhale up. Release the arms and step forward. Take a breath. And step back with the left foot. Again, the hands behind, keeping the heart open. Exhale and fold. Inhale up. And the hands toward the mat as the gaze lifts. Press the hips forward. And inhale up. And release, stepping up with the left foot. Ah, yes. Coming down to the mat to finish up. Feel the feet on the mat. Tip the mat up with your toes. Then strong through the legs as you lift into mountain pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale into the forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhaling, float back into plank. Take that breath. And lift the right foot off the mat. And then bring that foot down, lift the left foot off the mat. You have to do that in order to lift the other side. And then bring that foot down, strong through the arms as you lower down. Hands down by your side, palms down. Ah, good. Bring the toes together, big toes. Get strong through the legs here, and then lift the head and the upper chest, both feet and legs, hands and arms. Locust. One more deep breath. And exhaling everything down, take the right side of the face to the mat. And release. And the left side of the face. Bring the elbows under the shoulders. So we're in our Sphinx here. Lifting the gaze straight ahead. Shoulder blades on the back. Fingers are spread wide. See if you can get those thumbs pointing toward each other. And press into the mat with the knees so the hips come off the mat. Keeping the shoulder blades on the mat, don't hunch here. Curl the toes, press back through the heels so the knees pop up. Keep the gaze straight down. Again, now we're looking for length, top of the head to heels. Find ease in this pose. One more deep breath. Bring the knees down, bring the hips down, take the elbows out to the side, bring the right side of the face to the mat. Left side of the face. Bring the hands under the shoulders, gently come up into table. Bring the feet around to the front. So life gets a little easier now, which is as it should be. And maybe not a lot easier. Come into Navasana, your boat pose. Ah, yes. Play here however you want. You could try coming down to canoe. And back to Navasana. And down to canoe. And up to Navasana. And then come all the way down onto your back. Oh, yes. Just release here. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining cobbler, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Turn the palms up. Bring the knees now up to the ceiling with the feet close in to the hips. And figure 4, so bring the left ankle onto the right knee. Take a minute here to just ease that left knee toward the front of the mat. Finding sensation. Remember, no pain. We move to sensation. And you don't have to do anything I tell you to do. Reach through here for figure 4. Flexing that left foot. Moving the knee and the foot a little to the right. And then bring the right foot down to the mat, arms go wide, and let the knee and the foot drop down to the right, keeping the left knee up toward the ceiling. And bring the knee and the foot back up. Release the ankle from the knee And now come into that reclining cobbler pose again. And just take a deep breath in and let it go. And the knees come back up. Now it's the right ankle onto the left knee. Flexing the right foot. Gently taking the right knee toward the front of the mat. A little help from the right hand. And you're breathing, right? And now reach through for figure four. Moving the foot and the knee a little to the left. And now bring the left foot down. Take the arms wide and let the foot and the knee drop off to the left. The right knee points to the ceiling or thereabouts. And bringing the foot and the knee back up, release the ankle. Good, back into that reclining cobbler pose, or if you want to, you can come into supported bridge with a block under your hips. Bring the knees back up toward the ceiling, bring the feet in close to the hips, and reach down there with your fingers and just touch the back of the heels of the feet with the fingertips. And we'll do some moving bridges here. So as you inhale, press with the feet, lifting the hips to the ceiling, arms come up and over behind, really lifting here. And as you exhale, bring the hands up and over and lower the hips down to the mat. Inhaling, hips lift. Exhaling, hips lower. Big, long breaths here. Inhaling, hips lift. Reaching back through the fingers, exhaling, hips lower. One more. Inhaling, press with the feet. Really lifting here. And exhaling all the way down. And one more time into Supta Baddha Konasana. Palms turn up. Good, all right. Straighten the left leg, bring the right knee into the chest. Draw it in. Circle the right toes, both directions. Take that knee a little to the right and toward the right shoulder. Good. Good, and straighten the right leg. Bring the left knee into the chest. Circle the left toes. Take that knee a little to the left, in toward the left shoulder. Bring the right knee in beside the left. Take both feet straight up to the ceiling. Strong through the legs, really pressing up. And then lift the head and the shoulders, reach the arms past the knees. After everything we've done, this should be easy. And then bend the knees, bring the feet down to the floor. Take the arms wide, let the knees fall over to the right. Turn your gaze left. Knees to the ceiling, knees to the left, gaze right. Bring the knees back up, straighten the legs, one full body stretch as you inhale deeply. Exhale into your Savasana. And just let it all go. Just melt into the mat. So come back with little movements and larger movements. Coming up when you're ready. So namaste, the light in me honors the light in you.